Okay, let's use this sample worksheet of our value stream mapping template to learn how to add and remove processes. So let's start by removing a process. Notice on the sample you've got this pair of columns here for process 106 that isn't even being used. You're saying, gosh, that's ugly, let's get rid of it. So you could, of course, just hide those columns, and you know how to use Excel, but we don't want to do that. We want to get rid of those columns altogether instead of hiding them. Oops, Control Z. So we want to notice how this one is 107, this one's 106. So what you do is you select this cell that has the number of the process, just to the right of the process box. And with that selected, you're going to go up here to the add or remove columns. We want to get rid of the whole column. And you select that and it says, hey, let's get rid of it. So now notice that instead of being 107, shipping is going to be 106. It'll automatically renumber it and it's gone. So now it's all cleaned up. You might need to clean up some of your shapes up top here because they might get distorted or something if you delete an entire column. But it's Excel. You should know how to use Excel to change your shapes and clean them up if you need to. Or you could have moved them out of the way before you did any work and then moved them back in. So now we say, that's great. I want to do the same thing. And notice, by the way, up top here, it didn't trash the buttons up here. It was smart enough to deal with it. So those, notice how those stay when I scroll in the freeze panes up there. So it didn't affect those buttons. It was programmed correctly, so it leaves those alone and just affects the columns you wanted to affect. So now you say, gosh, I want to add another processor right here in front of, between receiving and sorting. In my 2B process, we need something in between receiving and sorting. So now you select that cell. Now if I didn't select the right cell, I got this cell selected instead, I say add or remove columns, it's going to give you an error and say, hey, you need to first select the cell just to the right of the process box, the one that has that gray process number. You go, okay, so you click that cell, that's the correct one right next to the process box, and you say, I want to add or remove a column. I'm going to add a column this time, and it adds the column to the left, and now I've got a whole new process that I can go edit. And it didn't just add the box, it added the math. So everything is ready for you to actually start working on your process and not reinventing a template. So let's say that someone within our group who's smarter than average says, hey, wait a second, that new process that we just added right there, that is actually, couldn't that happen simultaneously at the same time as sorting? In other words, both of those things are happening at once, and then they could both feed this preparation process downstream. So instead of being sequential, they could be simultaneous. So you go, hey, that's a great idea. So you select the cell. You already know how to do this. Let's get rid of that pair of columns. We select the cell and click Add or Remove Columns and get rid of it. So you already knew that. So now you say, hey, let's add a new one beneath sorting. How do we do that? So you click your Hide or Show Rows button over here. And I'm going to show only those rows that contain code 1. You'll learn about that in our other video. And I'm going to show simultaneous processes 3 because this is a sample data and tier 2 already has some sample data. So let's get a fresh, clean, blank one and click OK. So now we've got 2 tiers. There's a whole nother tier of simultaneous processes that could be happening at the same time that our critical path processes are also happening. You say, hey, that's great. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and let's get rid of, here's a blank one. This isn't where I needed it. I needed it here. Let's get rid of that blank one. That's just kind of there for show. So same idea, but now instead of removing the entire column, we're going to select that cell. We're going to, that has a gray number, and now we're going to add or remove just the process. And I'm going to remove that process. So then it got rid of it. So you say, I need one here. And you select the cell that's got the gray number, nothing else but a gray number, and go add or remove a process now. And now you can add a simultaneous process as easy as that. And again, there's your new process, and it isn't just the process, it is the math. So it's ready for you to start analyzing your new process instead of fooling around creating math.